this is Ben with Mercene Travel. I'm standing outside of Namsangol, which is a Hanok Mall or a Hanok village or a traditional Korean house village that exists right in the middle of Seoul. It's a very, very cool place. I'm going to shoot some videos and I hope you enjoy those. So this Namsangol is a pretty cool place here. It's a traditional Korean village, and they either recreated a bunch of actual houses that existed, or they moved them from places where they actually were and then moved them over here, and then they created this little small village here. There's a lot to see. There are a number of houses as well as a huge garden in the back. So this is a really, really cool place, and they have them all decked out with furniture, and you can do traditional tea ceremonies, and you can put on traditional Korean clothing as well, which is pretty cool. So this first house was built in 1910, and the house belonged to a uncle of one of the empresses at the time, Empress Seongjong-hyo, who was the wife of Emperor Seongjong. And the man's name was Yoon Deok-young, and he lived from 1873 to 1940. He built many buildings for his family. He built over 20 buildings for his family and his relatives. And there is a building that still remains today that was built for his concubine. It is a restoration that was made in 1998, and the building is shaped in a sort of square shape, and it is a pretty cool building, so go ahead and check out the videos that I shot of the thing, and please enjoy those. One of the unique aspects is the pillars that you can see in the front, and that is something that could only be afforded by the upper class, and that's how you can tell that this is one of the richer families' houses. The next house that I went into is believed to belong to a man named Min Young-hui, who lived from 1852 to 1935. This house is thought to have been built in the 1870s. And this house was moved a couple of times. And the main thing that shows you that this was a house of an upperclassman is some of the features, including the parallel arrangement of the main room and the kitchen. And it's a very spacious wooden structure, and it has two interior columns as well, and those columns are also something that will show you that it was not a working class person, but rather somebody who is more upper class. I took a lot of videos and a lot of pictures of these things, so please enjoy. So this next house that I went into belonged to General Kim Chun-young, who was a very famous general in the late 1890s, which is the end of the Joseon dynasty. He was actually a Joseon general, and he served as a general of the Five Commands. This is a more modest house, is a little bit smaller and less sophisticated, but one of the unique features of it is that the main gate is curved as opposed to being straight. And he does have a few features here that make it a little bit nicer than your typical house, but it is a little bit more standard than some of the other houses that we're seeing here. The final house that I went into belonged to a carpenter whose name was Yi Seung-up, and he helped rebuild the Gyeongbokgung Palace after it was destroyed, probably in a war with Japan, and he was working on that from 1865 to 1868, so good on him. He has a very, very standard house, and this is meant to be a very, very good example of a Joseon period house. It is very beautiful, and it is very small. In the back of the Namsangol, there's also a garden back there that is exceptionally beautiful, and it is especially beautiful because I went in fall when I took these pictures, so you can see the fall leaves. One thing that's pretty cool about this is they added the water and made it flow exactly as it had in the ancient times, which is a pretty cool idea, and they really made it happen here, so that is really cool. And yeah, it's just a really beautiful place, so I wanted to share a couple of photos of that with you as well, along with the hanoks, so please enjoy those. So that's about it for this beautiful Hanok village, or traditional Korean village out here, Namsangol it is called once again. I hope you appreciated these videos. I hope you found it beautiful. And if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.